Hi everyone, Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This week ending 1/21 of 24, the stock was PayPal. This happened on Tuesday the 16th, which was actually the first day of the trading week. This is based on a 60-minute DTS breakdown play with an entry on a 5-minute major resistance DTS sell setup. The management advanced rewards risk 1.1 to 1. Before we get going, let's take a look at what's for free members this week at DTS. Nothing. Last week we had a couple of things going on. This week we have nothing. Look forward to next week. We'll have a couple things happening. But as always, be sure to check out the free stuff page at DTS. A lot of great information there for you. Daily chart of PayPal. Why PayPal? Well, it wasn't a huge winner, but one thing I want to point out is a lot of traders get hung up on having a high reward to risk setup before they start the trade, and there's a lot of value to that, but that's not always the right answer. A lot of times you look for a high reward to risk setup, but you only take a fraction of it anyhow, so it's meaningless. And if you have just a one-to-one setup, but you have a very good chance of getting there, nothing wrong with taking it. That's what PayPal was. It wasn't the best trade of the week, but it was my favorite because it shows this point. And also, quite honestly, it was a more difficult week. We were not open on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, I barely traded. This is one of the two trades on Tuesday. And then Friday, I had a losing day. I did not do well on that big day up. I had a couple of longs that didn't do that great and a couple of shorts that didn't work, so it was a tougher week for me. So PayPal was a favorite trade for me. This stock had a daily chart that looked like this, and it's going to gap down a little bit on this particular day. That's what it looked like after the day of the trade. I didn't get all of that. This is actually a late entry for me. You'll see that in just a second. 60-minute chart, not a whole lot to learn here other than you can see that we're going to gap down to there. So this was, it's not a big gap. It was a little kind of a more mini gap, but it was enough to clear some stuff on the 60-minute chart. And that's why I like this one and why I was watching it. Entry ends up being right in there, a little under 59. We'll see that better on the next chart. Here's the 5-minute chart where you really see the trade the best in this particular case. The gap down right to there. And then I'm going to enter right in here. Now this is on my screen all day. I like this. I didn't jump on it in the beginning. This one maybe could have been, but it didn't give me the right entry. Also was looking to short it as it went up to retest as high up here, and it just didn't quite get there. So I ended up taking it on kind of a breakdown under this area right in here. And then really good target because I got it right off the low of the day as it turned out to be. One target, one entry. This is one of the not as usual trades for me coming back at lunch to do something. Some days in the recent time period I've come back at lunch because the setup has demanded that because the market's been a little sloppier. PayPal was a great setup at this time. 1-minute chart, not learning a whole lot. You just get to see the entry a little better here because it's under that garbage right in there, was where the entry was, ends up being just under 59. And then target taken, you can't see this on the 1-minute chart. You saw it better on the 5 back here. Target came around 230 or so, a little after 230. So it's off the chart there, but not much under that. If you like trades like this, come join us in the DTS Trading Room. You can go over to the DTS homepage and figure out how to join us. I typically take 2 to 3 trades a day, usually focused on the morning, always focused on the entries in the morning, and then sometimes letting them play out for the day. Kind of a relaxed style of day trading where I'm trying to take advantage of those all-day moves when I can, or at least half-day moves. It's not a scalping room. If you love scalping, you probably wouldn't like it there because I'm usually holding stuff a little bit longer than that, but I am getting some very refined entries most of the time off of a 1-minute chart. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me. I'm Paul at disciplinedtradingstrategies.com. You can pick the rest of it up down there. Until next time, this is Paul for DTS. Good trading, everybody.